Oh my god, it didn't. You weren't supposed to do that. Silly, silly, silly camera.
Well, that was a blast in the past if ever I saw one, including the original TGWPIS logo.
Bang.
Good lord.
Yeah.
I was going to say you were quite ghosty there, so what's going on?
Chroma. I was messing around with chroma key,
Oh,
so
okay, all right.
the opacity was turned way the fuck down.
It's more sort of wobbly, spooky fingers rather than Danhausen cursing of.
It's not Spooktober yet, folks. It's not Spooktober yet. We don't.
Yes. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, and trans, or whoever you wish to be out there. How you doing? It's the Game One Player Surf podcast, and yeah, I'm back again. It's time for Lard Teamaker to make his once again return, and also joining us, it's only James Atkinson.
Hi everybody. I'm usually here. Usually.
He's there in spirit. I.
Yeah, well, he's not here, so I had to turn the. I turned his thing off.
But he's there in spirit, isn't he?
Yes.
Chris is always with us in spirit. And comes with spirits as well, so, double good news. How's everybody? How are you doing, James? How's your week been?
It's been all right. How about yourself?
Well, in good news, I got older. Not,
You want to keep doing that? That's usually a good sign.
yeah. But yeah, other stuff not so great. There's a bit of illness floating around me, and I don't know how to shift it yet. So we'll see. We'll just play things on nicely. Completed some games. Shall we mix things up a little bit, seeing as we've mixed up the titles?
Yeah.
Let's
That's
go with
probably
what we
why a lot of
enjoy.
people haven't shown up. They're like, "Oh, James is just doing an F1."
Yeah, he's just playing around with shit again, as usual. So, what I've played, right? What I've been playing is getting excited at the fact that my Steam Deck is now 99.2% done. So it could go at any minute that I have the email saying, buy it now, and we'll send it to you. So got that. Uh, I've completed 3 games this week. Three. Clatter, where I found out that when you do get to the Gold League and you win the Gold League, it just loops around again. So, as far as I'm concerned, I won the league. Game
So,
complete.
so congratulations, you won the league. Now you're relegated.
Yeah, now you're back down to bronze. Oh, but no, that's done. Claire, I finished, and that became frustrating because it started crashing a lot, and there was just bits of the game that just it almost felt almost like random number generator for your health in terms of when you go past baddies or near baddies. It just started going like your mental health went down. So when your mental health goes down, your normal health goes down, and so I was just randomly dying in places I hadn't done before. So it was very frustrating.
Sorry, I just thought like when my mental health goes down, I don't do that. I just eat pizza.
I just go, where's the kebab? So yeah, so that's done. So what else have I done? What else have I done? Wait, look, shall I look? Oh, I've done this. There was a game called Silt, which came out earlier in the year, where you play as a diver.
Yep.
It's a bit like Limbo in
A
that
holy
respect.
diver.
A holy diver. Well, you are if you get eaten and hit by teeth and things. You're a holy diver. Complete that this morning. So almost completed Back to the Future Telltale game. I'm on episode 5 of that tomorrow, so that's another game complete on stream. And in terms of stuff I have also played off stream, we have played Crashes on Us, the Monza edition, which I'm currently, after only 2 people have gone, first place. Get in. And I started the Dark Pictures anthology, Man and Medan. Still too early yet to say on that one. still too early. But yeah, that's all I've been playing, mate. What have you been up to?
I've been getting ready for Monza, which, by the way, I have the perfect name for the stream. So my Monza stream is going to be called obviously Crashes R Us live Monza edition.
Yeah.
No wing, all speed.
See, I was thinking of going for a more musical tone to it, and it's along the lines of this. It's like, help me, Monza, help me, Monza.
The biggest problem I have with doing these streams is what music to play, because let's be real, I have to play Eurobeat for the practice. Eurobeat is the music of choice because, as we all know, that's how I go ripping around all the circuits with Eurobeat. But
then it's Sonic normally, isn't it? And everybody goes, not this earworm.
I drive faster. I drive faster with it. Kimmy found the cargo bits again.
Yay!
But I thought about it and I was like, well, actually, what we need to do is I need to have something that's more attuned to Monza. Monza being, Italian in Italy. So I had to find something a little bit more Italian to play, which I did. I won't play it for chat now because that's super top secret and you need to come and watch the stream for that. And hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Watch James destroy his wings. But I will send it to Will. And Will, this is what we're probably going to play during the qualifying laps. Much more Italian.
Yes, much more Italian.
Much more Italian.
And also, during your stream, are you going to do not a 1 minute silence or a 2 minute silence, a 1 minute 49 silence?
No.
Just be different. Good.
I will explain why. Though I am sorry about the monarch's passing. I think my country made it very clear about what we thought about the monarchy back in 1776.
Yeah, when the monarchy wasn't really in charge of the government then either.
Yeah, but we made our stance very clear on what we thought of all of that. So, TGWPIS sends its formal condolences, etc., etc. But at the same time, 2/3 of this podcast is American, so
yeah. So I don't get a say in the matter on that one.
We get to. I mean, well, there's 3 of us, so 30 seconds of silence would work. We would give you 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And technically, you had your shot last week, but you had to go do other stuff. You left me and Chris holding the bag, and we took care of it.
Yeah. Planning surprise stuff. Oh, hang on. I'm starting out. We're doing it right for October the 1st, so I won't be here then.
Got it.
Go figure. Is my mum's surprise 70th birthday party, okay? Now, Mum doesn't know this. Mum just knows she's going somewhere because Rob and myself are doing something for her, but don't tell her, okay? Good. Fantastic. Yeah, the one biggest thing I've been getting on Twitter this week with people going against like the Queen and the monarchy and all this is like they're going on about colonization and the barbaric shit that happened there. I get it. I understand that. I completely sympathize with the fact that the colonies there was barbaric shit done by the English because we were a bunch of twats back in the day. However, the monarchy, it may have been in their name since what is it about 1689 when the Magna Carta was signed. They're only figureheads. They're only visual figureheads. They don't control what the government do. So all they're there is like heads of state. So they just turn and go, hello, yes, hello. So here's a cactus. What on earth is that? That's it. And then they fuck off again and live in their house by taxpayers. But that's beside the point. So a lot of this stuff, if you want to blame, the English and for colonization and all the horrible shit they done, blame the government at the time because it's mainly their fault. They're the ones who decided it. There's my piece. But also, fuck Prince Andrew. Fuck him to hell.
Yeah, that's a guy. I think that's universally agreed on that he can just. Now I know the guy got arrested, saying like yelling at Prince Andrew during the procession. Now, time and place. First of all, like, was causing a public disturbance in a somber occasion. I get it.
Yes.
I get it. Like, maybe just not while they're carrying the body of a family member. I mean, let's be fair, if that guy's parents passed away and I showed up and started yelling at him during their funeral, I don't think he would be very happy about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, okay, Andrew is a dick in the highest order. All right? He's a creepy fuck. He's a sick bastard. However, right? Here's the one thing, okay?
Time and place.
Time and place. And it is his mother. So he should be allowed, no matter how much of a horrible person he actually is, that point.
Allow him to bury his mother in peace, as much as some people will say she enabled him to do what he did. Let him bury his mom. Blast him any other time. Trust me, I get it. Public appearances where it's not a funeral, go to fucking town. Just rip him a new asshole. He may actually enjoy it. But not that time.
Yeah.
Just time and place. Time and place.
Yeah. Be better than the person you're wanting to rip into.
Yeah. There's a thing called the High Road. It's not in the Highlands of Scotland, but that is the High Road. It's a different road.
You take the high road, I'll take the low road, but you'll be in Scotland before me.
Yeah.
It's like, what else were you playing?
But there's more fun, and the low road's more fun, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So I had a little bit of a vacation in the middle of the week, which we played the Welcome to What I Can Play on My Laptop style of game. Which was Into the Breach, which has recently gotten an update.
Right.
It's a fun game, still hard, but absolutely a blast. Also, it's done by the guys who did FTL, so it's just a fun. It's a fun, like, little puzzly kind of game. I would recommend it to anybody, especially because it is relatively inexpensive. I think I spent $15 on it, and I don't even know if it's that price anymore. Goddamn video games with inflation. It's $14.99, and like every update that's come out for it, like they've added new mechs and everything too, and it's all free. They just keep updating the game. Like, they updated it in July.
Yeah.
And then you can spend $5 on the soundtrack, which, if you guys remember the FTL soundtrack, same guy. Besides that, Football Manager, played a bit of that. I have played and streamed a lot of Formula One Manager.
Wow. How are you doing on that? Are you winning?
No. We're Williams. We don't win. But anymore.
Yeah.
The plan is to do it. I'm still finding my way and stuff. To catch you up on the 3 streams, because we've done 3 races, we currently sit 9th in the constructors.
Okay.
Which is where they want us to be. Like, the board want me to be 9th in the constructors.
Okay. Yep.
Now, the good news is that we are way under cost cap. And because of where we finished last year, we have the second most wind tunnel time. And I've just unlocked research, which means I have developed front wing, back wing, and suspension for the current car. I am done doing current car renovations. We're done.
Right. Yeah, so you're on to next season.
And we're only 3 races in. So I'm going to start developing the chassis, the wings, everything for next year. We are the slowest car on the grid. We're basically worst in everything except I think for like mid-speed corners. Out of the 20 cars on the grid, we're like 15th. So where I'm going to have to do is what I've been doing is I'm min-maxing, because if you take part in practices and you'd fine-tune the setups, you can get points that add bonuses to your drivers. So like you can get basically up to 5 points above whatever their skill are to like whatever it is. So you can like almost raise their overall by like 2 or 3 points by doing the practice, getting the setup right, getting them acclimatized to the parts, and getting them acclimatized to the track. So like out of a possible 15, there's 3 points for track acclimatization, 3 points for parts familiarization. So if you keep using the same parts, they get familiar with how the car handles, and then that continues on. And then there's 7, I believe that's the math. There's 7, or there's whatever the different rest is getting the setup right. And the way you do the setup is they do out for runs. They'll come in and they'll say, this is what I like, this is what you don't like. And you get bars areas that slowly shrink, where it tells you where the optimal area is. And the other interesting thing is each driver is different. So you can't just do one setup and put it on both cars. Because like Albon may want more wing, but the other driver, Latifi, may want less. So you have to kind of tweak. So you can kind of get it close, but then you have to tweak it for each guy. Now, one of the biggest decisions we made is, first of all, we got rid of our reserve driver and got Teo Pourchaire. He's like 18. He's a 71 ranked overall driver. He's our backup. He's our reserve driver. Now, in P1, you can put your reserve driver in, and they will gain experience, which you can use to level them up. Now, the way Pourchaire works is he is a young driver who gains a lot of experience quick. So he's like, whatever experience you get, he gets it ×2. So by having him run P1 all the time, I'm just leveling him up. So hopefully he can be a driver for us soon. Right. Also because we have Albon, who's an 80 rated overall, who's solid enough. It's not what guy I wanted to make a change with. But we did fire the GOAT after 2 races. Goat Tiffy is gone.
Good.
Yeah, he's gone. Can you guess who we hired instead? I mean, Will, do you know who replaced him with?
I can't remember offhand. Was it George?
Nope, I couldn't hire George. I mean, George is on like 10 million. And I'm not willing to give you an idea, because like there's the cost to break the contracts and stuff. George was on 10 million. We were paying Latifi 600,000.
Good Lord.
Right? Yeah. So we hired Oscar Piastri from Alpine, who is 2 ranks higher than Latifi. So we have Albon till the end of the season. We have Piastri now, who I think I locked him up for like 5 seasons for like £600,000.
Right.
I'm not taking advantage of a young driver in any way, shape, or form, right? And now it's just now we're gonna play through the season. Brady's gonna R&D the shit out of the car until the end of it. Develop the drivers. Just try and stay in 9th place in the constructors through strategy, and just hopefully come out with a mid-table car for next year. That's the plan. That's the thought process. We have an interesting thing with Albon because his contract's at the end of the year. And there's a lot of other drivers that are coming up that have their contracts due at the end of the year. So we want to see how silly season goes. We may do that. So the ultimate goal of the entire series is to bring Williams back to win a championship with Williams. Now, this could take a couple of years in the game, but there's ways to speed it up. That's the main goal. There's a couple of side goals. Side goal 1 is to get Peter Bonington as a race engineer, because you can hire them. And I'm not sure if you know this, but they've taken voice lines and clips from all of the actual drivers and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have an off-stream Mercedes save that I'm doing, and I won a race with Lewis Hamilton, and he went, "Get in there, Lewis." They play "Get in there, Lewis," and he's like, and it was like, "Oh man, thanks guys, real team effort today." I was just like, "Wow, okay, like they really did this." Then I tried to re-sign Lewis to a contract. He didn't want to sign one because he's up at the end of the year for Mercedes. So I did a real cheeky move.
Right.
Get ready for your 2023-2024 driver lineup for Mercedes of George Russell in the number 1 car and Lando Norris in the second.
Well.
It's an all British affair at Mercedes.
German car, British built, British drivers.
Headquartered in England as well.
Yep.
Mercedes AMG. So I figured, like, besides from like the whole point that it is Mercedes and German, everything else about it is British. So it was like, there you go. Leclerc was too expensive to buy out of his contract, so I didn't go for Leclerc. I really thought of doing the ultimate dick move, but he didn't want to sign. With Hamilton leaving, I was like, fuck it, I'll sign Verstappen. Have him take your seat.
You mean 2-time world champion elect?
Yeah. Less of a dick this year. Did you notice that, by the way, Verstappen? Less of a dick?
Yeah. Yeah, I have seen he has been less of a dick.
Like he finally popped his cherry, and now all of a sudden he's got like a level headspace and shit.
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden it's like, wow, did you win a world championship? And like all of a sudden it's like the anti-dick alarm goes off in your brain.
Did you see the sass from Lewis Hamilton at the end of Monza?
Pissed off about strategy?
Nope.
What did he
The
do?
way that he said that it's funny, really, that with the safety car ending was the way the rules are supposed to be done. Almost like a certain point last year that didn't happen.
I saw a Twitter thing of it. The guy was just like, like at the end of the Danny Ricciardo happens, and guess what? We're gonna go motor racing, boys. We're going motor racing. Was that no? Yeah, no, that was the race before where George Duff jumped into the pits and got softs and Max had that race Monza won for a while.
Yeah, but George did go for the thingy on the safety car. He jumped in and got that.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then they were complaining like they left. Oh, George Russell left Lewis Hamilton high and dry to get punked by Max. It's like, well, they were both going to get punked by Max anyways, so George was probably made the smart move and went, I'm going to get some softs on so I can actually do some shit. And at the same time, and I guess since we're talking about Formula One, I might as well say this. At the same time, look at the Drivers' Championship right now. Who has more points?
Yep. Georgie boy.
Then if does that mean that he gets priority?
Bloody he should do.
Like, when he's finished a race, he's finished in like the top 4 this year. I don't think he's had a race where, or like, he's at least finished in the top 5.
Yeah, top 5 every time he has finished. That's consistency.
That's the probably thing. Like, everybody's complaining, like, oh, he doesn't really have a good car. I'm like, the man came from the Williams. You put him in this car, he's probably thinking, oh my god, this thing is like night and day. And he's going to help you R&D the car too. So, by the way, is Goat Tiffy done after Nick DeVries?
If he isn't, he should be, because bloody hell! Immediately, first race comes in, scores points.
Hold my beer. Not even like was sitting in Mercedes having a cup of coffee, and they walked up to him, by the way, we need you to drive the car. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Good for that. I mean, great for DeVries. Excited to see where he's going, but yeah. So for the whole point of the save is now we have an interesting dilemma coming up at the end of the season for Williams. Is that who are we going to take on? Do we keep Albon? Do we promote Poucher to the second seat, or do we try and get another driver?
I think it all depends how Albon does in the latter stages of the season.
Here's the thing:
Mm,
Piastri beat him last time out. Piastri
right.
Piastri did that. Now, I do have to talk about the first race before I move on to what else I've been playing, because I pulled a big brain move. 10 out of 10, 100% big brain move to beat Vettel. Right? So it's
Hmm.
Bahrain. We're going around, going around, going around. And it's basically, it's been Albon and Vettel fighting for 17th. And then Stroll, and then Latifi, who's like minutes back. Just
Right.
like he just never was in it. Now I've pretty much used all the DRS at this point, and our tires are starting to fall off, and but we have extra fuel, which means I can push. I can tell him to push.
Yeah.
I sit there, we come on to the final lap, we're coming down the straight, and I'm sitting there going like, I gotta defend. I gotta defend. And I'm like, no, I don't need to defend. I tell Albon, conserve gas, conserve tires. He does. Vettel beats him on the DRS straight. Right?
Hmm.
I'm like, perfect. Then I immediately go turn around. As soon as Vettel gets past him into turn one, I'm like, Albon, overtake, push. You run the tires ragged and push for the rest of the lap.
Yeah.
Because we all know about Bahrain. What did I just do? There's two places you pass in Bahrain. Start straight,
Hmm.
the back straight. Guess who had DRS on the back straight? Albon. He passes him on the back straight and defends him into the fully and finishes the race. I ceded the position knowing that I was going to get DRS on the back straight and Albon could pass him, because that's what they'd been doing all race. They'd been passing each other on the back straight, and the person who passed it held the lap until the next back straight because of DRS advantage. So I just swapped positions, knowing full well that Albon probably had enough in the tank to pass him with DRS on the back straight and then defend him across the line. And that's how we started. That's how I got 17th. Big brain play on the last lap.
Nice.
And that's kind of like what you have to do. Like, there is like strategy is a thing. Now there's moments in the game where like you can just go nothing, like fast forward through laps.
Yeah.
But then there's like tweaking, like you can do like that really will make your strategy happen. And I'm enjoying that aspect of it as well. I don't know how the rest of the season's going to go. There will be another stream soon at some point, probably this weekend. I don't know when, but yes, there'll be plenty more F1. As for other things I've been playing, Football Manager, Genshin Impact, and Encased. For those of you who don't know what Encased is, it's like Fallout, but like the 70s, and a weird thing, like weird anomaly shows up in the desert, the world gathers together, they erect a dome about it, and it's about you going into the dome and like stuff. Check it out. It's an indie version to CRPG. It's good. But yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Nice. Fair enough. So then, let's get on to have a content dump then, matey. Well, I mean, there was some really, really amazing news coming out this week from the Tokyo Game Show, I believe it was. Unless, of course, it was or was it the PlayStation Direct? I think it might be the PlayStation one. And
But
that is,
I was gonna say, well, yeah, it depends on what you're here and tell me. I'll tell you which one it is.
the Yakuza Like a Dragon news that's come
Correct.
out. Yeah. It was the same, it was on my birthday. It was the same day as the Nintendo Direct. I'm getting confused. I'm all old and all this. But yeah, there are more Yakuza games coming, including A game that we never got over in the West here, Like a Dragon Ishin, which is the samurai one. Kiryu and Majima. Samurais! Yes! And of course, Like a Dragon 2
Yeah,
coming out, or 8 as it's called.
or Yakuza 8.
Is there a third one? I thought I saw there's a third.
I think there's going to be a spin-off of it that's a beat 'em up too.
Right.
So there's like a Dragon 8, and then there's then there's like Yakuza Like a Dragon 8.5, which is going to be of the traditional style. It's all Rio Gattuso Studios, which is great. Judgment, they solved that problem. It's on PC, and the series is going to continue. They said that they're going to continue making the Judgment games, which is even greater because that is a great spin-off series. Sega is just bangers all day, every day. Sega just throws out fucking bangers now.
Need to continue Lost Judgment. I started it, but I never continued it.
I'm gonna pick them both up on Steam. It's gonna be fucking great.
Very, very bad Lard. Very bad for not completing Lost Judgment.
Have you played Like a Dragon? You've beaten Like a Dragon, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so yeah. such a good, like, for I have not beaten all of the Yakuzas, to be fair. But I know how they all end because I've watched speedruns. We all know how that like it's very similar. Like a Dragon is probably my favorite Yakuza, like hands down. Cause you can see how they've built on everything, and also because it has the widest range. We're like it's funny with like the regular Yakuza because like, you know, Kazuma's such a straight man and he's involved in these weird wacky situations, but he's just like, you know, buying a porn mag for a 5-year-old kid, you know, young kid or something like that. Like he's just a straight man in weird situation, doesn't know how to react. Where Ichiban is just a fucking goofball. So they are allowed to, like, even the more wacky situations, he's allowed to also be zany and wacky in those situations. Like the entire scene where they're just like, hey, stop prostitution, you know, blah, blah, blah. We're here to paint the city white. Stop prostitution. And Kiryu has the trash bag full of cum rags just ready to throw it on them. It's like, Kiryu wouldn't do that, but Ichiban is just like, I got no qualms about this, guys. Test me, bitch.
And hobo powers.
And hobo powers. Yeah, exactly, hobo. Or one of my other favorite scenes is like, they go like looking around for him. They pop open the cardboard box. He's like, hi, guys. And then just headbutts. Beaut. The baby scene. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And the summons, the pound mates.
Pound mate. Oh god, yeah.
There's too much good, and the thing is, like, because you look at the way the story is, right? Like, it is the perfect amount of like super serious. Like, it is a serious crime story with absolute insanity. Like, they hit the tone on the head where, like, they keep you intensely involved, but then they pull it back and add some comedy and some lightness to it. And the people are generally amusing characters. Like, they have, like, I liked all of the characters. They had a great cast. And the dub was pretty legit.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell.
Ishin, it will not have English dubbed.
Shouldn't be. No. To be honest, like, for me, Like a Dragon games, like the Ichiban series, I don't mind playing dubbed.
Yep.
But the Yakuza series,
yeah, you've got to have that as original.
That's me. Kiryu, like, for one reason and one reason only, his name is Majima. The voice actor who does Majima, God amongst men, just absolute wonders.
I love the fact that during I think it was 4 and 5, they had New Japan Pro wrestlers turn up for side quests. It's like, that's Keiji Muto. That's Keiji Muto. You know, he was known in America as the Great Muta. This man, right? I swear to God, in 1989, when I watched WCW as a youngster, He scared the shit out of me because of the green mist and that he used to do. And then he turns up in a Yakuza game. He's like,
Well, they had like a professional, like a famous Japanese professional chef show up in like one of the Yakuza games. Like they've had a lot of famous people. So, did you know about the other announcement that Sega made this year? This week? It's really only relevant to me and not anybody else.
Football Manager 23.
November 8th.
Whereas the Yakuza stuff is around about February, like February 23rd, I believe.
Yeah, that's the other crazy thing. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, it's next year, early next year. We're like, what the fuck? Really?
I've got to get on with Judgment then, or Lost Judgment. Got to get on with that, get that finished. Because we've only got a few months left.
Yeah.
Already.
They also announced Call of Duty.
And then Sony have done a big misstep for their PlayStation VR 2, where you cannot play your original PlayStation VR games on it. They're not compatible.
Because VR has been a huge thing.
Yeah, I think, again, that's going to be, with the way that's going, I mean, you got the Meta Quest 2, which, to be fair, if I got that as a gift somewhere, I wouldn't complain. I'm not hinting for one before anyone says, but if that's somehow a version of that, somebody went up to me and went, do you want one of these? Yeah, all right. Thank you very much. But I think that's a
There's an even bigger VR release that came out today on Steam, which is free. The Half-Life 2 VR mod.
Oh, the one that Ian was playing from Eurogamer. Oh.
Yeah, that's released. It's beta access to the public now.
Instant HD remake back catalog. Yeah. Oh god. Oh yeah. Completely doing it for Thingy. Completely doing it for money. And hello, Just Josh. How you doing? Welcome in. And also Fury. How you doing? Long time no see, matey. I hope you're well. But yeah, I looked at that and went, really? You're not doing it that way? You're not letting people who've bought it before play the stuff that they bought?
Yeah, that's just kind of... You shouldn't do that. Like, if you spent money on it, just let them have it again. It's not a big deal. You've already got the money. You're going to make them pay, what, $500 for a new VR headset and stuff?
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining in. Welcome to the Game Won't Play Itself podcast. Normally, this is our Saturday thing, but we do other stuff, including James here, right? James here. He's currently playing things like Formula One Manager 2022. We play Formula One 2021 as part of a thing called Crashes R Us. Yeah. And then on my channel, which is a separate channel, which you can follow at Lard Teamaker, and I can drop it because I'm one of the co-hosts. I play some variety stuff as well. But thank you for joining. Thank you for following. And I hope our random bollocks makes you laugh. Anyway, sorry, you were saying, dude.
Sorry, I'm just adding like a Dragon Ishin to my wish list on Steam right now. Kind of important. God, this game looks... When was this game made?
I'm sure they were PS3 because they would have came out.
These are not PS3 graphics. Oh, maybe they are.
They probably would have remade it then rather than
the cinematics look like they're. Sorry, we're kind of up. We're kind of doing 2014. 2014.
Yeah, that would have been the late thing, mate. Actually, no, that would have been PS4, surely. Late PS3, early PS4.
It might have been a hybrid.
Because it was Thingy. It was around the same sort of time as Dead Cells came out, which we did get over here, and that is amazing.
A Knight's Tale. That's the one with Heath Ledger. That Knight's Tale.
We want to watch some classics. The Big Lebowski.
I mean, if you're looking for a comedy. If you want more Heath Ledger, obviously Batman.
If you're looking for more westerns from the time, Young Guns 1 and 2, Tombstone, good one with Kurt Russell. Escape LA, Escape New York is the far superior version though.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Escape from L.A. has its charm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. There you go. That is a classic. Tombstone. Whew. An underrated. Is it?
And then,
An
of course, you've got spaghetti westerns as well. The Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns, the Sergio Leone trilogy.
if you want like a little bit of a noir comedy movie, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which was Robert Downey Jr.'s first movie out of rehab. So it's Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer.
Yeah. If you want a film that is just you can turn your brain off and just watch it and just enjoy it for the sheer craziness of it, shoot 'em up, and also Nobody, because they are both brilliant. Yeah, the movies won't watch themselves.
Trust me, we call it a gaming podcast, but I mean, obviously last week we talked about AI copyright and image rules. So, yeah, we are happy to give you whatever it is you're looking for. Like movie recommendations. Will has an entire stack of DVDs to his right.
Yes, to my right. Yes, I mean you've got here like Roast Point Blank. Bloody hell, Layer Cake. I mean you got Three Kings. You got Dave Gorman's Google Whack Adventure, which is cool. That's like a stand-up thing. You've got Magicians, which like the Michelin Web. Smoking Aces.
Actually,
Aces.
Will, we're doing them a disservice. We need to ask Josh, but we have to ask you an important question. What streaming services do you have? Because that will help us inform your decision. Because we told you a bunch of movies that you may not be able to have access to them. Now, if we know what streaming services you have, we can then make recommendations based on what streaming services. Because let's be fair here, Will, right? We don't want you to have to pay more money than you already are paying to watch more of these movies.
Exactly.
So, like that's my big thing. Okay, like we mentioned like 8 of them. Now, probably half of them are on. Oh boy, the Great British Baking Show is back. That's a good thing. I like that show.
I watched Scandi Flick yesterday.
Okay, so Netflix only mentions in this pretty much any website that let me screen share. Perfect. All right. If you like anime, because I'm assuming you have Funimation, which is pretty good. If you haven't watched it yet, Edge Runners, which came out, which is a Cyberpunk 2077 spinoff. Gaming podcast, relatable. Edge Runners is amazing. I would highly recommend it. It will make you want to play Cyberpunk until you realize Cyberpunk's still kind of a broken game. But still. Yeah. Edge Runners is a hard recommend. A hard recommend. Popular on Netflix. Oh my god, The Hunt for Red October. That's a classic.
Classic anime. Cyber City Oedo 808. Just please, I beg you, stay away from the film of Ritsuka right? You don't want to know what that is. Trust me. And the original Guyver as well.
Original Guyver's good. I'm just going through like my Netflix right now of like stuff I know I like. What were some of the stuff we said? Tombstone?
Yeah, Get Shorty. Wow, there's a film I haven't seen in a long time.
Woo! They don't have Tombstone on. Oh, they've got Troy. Troy's a good one. That's a very turn your brain off kind of one.
Can't be that nice.
Yeah, Edra is brilliant. Yeah, see, Edge runners. God Almighty, what else is on here? Just do.
Great, we transitioned from Thingy, from news into TV recommendations.
Yeah, it's what we do here. Absolutely. Let us know what you think. I know what I think. 10 out of 10. Amazing. Edge Runners is good. I am about 5 episodes in, so.
So yeah, pip ups and shout outs.
I haven't eaten yet today, but I've got some cold buffalo chicken pizza that I'm about to destroy when we wrap up the show.
Yeah. I here haven't eaten. Well, I've eaten something today, but not not had my tea yet. Not had my tea, my dinner.
Well, it's about time for you to order, right? Is it takeout
Yeah,
tonight?
pretty much. I'm thinking I might say to Mum, let's order out.
Kebabs?
You know, lately I've been having pie and chips.
Ain't nothing wrong with pie and chips. Meat pie? Chicken?
Yeah, minced and onion pie.
Mince onion pie. That sounds good.
It's quite nice. I think the onion might be not doing me any good, so I might
It's
have
a
to.
little bit on the acidic. Maybe go for do they have a vegan option?
No, not really. And
I mean,
vegan option.
like vegan in the sense like it's just
And a plant-
vegetables and like a
yeah.
gravy.
Um, I'll see. Let's see what we can do. Because that it might be the onion that's caused my stomach to be a bit iffy.
A little acidic, yeah.
Uh,
That's in
yeah,
onions.
because onions, as in rather than like the taste of onion, rather than the actual little bits of onion, it's not. The bits of onion are bad for people with bowel issues. So, you like
I
eating cottage cheese and black peppered kettle chips. Wow. I mean, hey, it's an opinion.
no,
Yes.
it's good. And especially it's very dairy. If you can't handle dairy though, that's not a thing. And the thing is too, I'm not a cottage cheese guy, mainly because of just the way it looks. That's a personal opinion. I if I'm gonna snack on something, it's Cheez-Its. Just straight off the rip Cheez-Its. Don't need to dip or anything like that.
I mean, if I want to eat anything at the moment, I've got some cola cubes.
Curry cubes?
No, cola cubes.
Coda cubes. Okay.
Yeah, cola cubes, as in Coca-Cola.
Okay. Okay. Oh, all right. I thought you said curry cubes to begin with. I'm like, why would you just... That's your stomach issues right there. You're getting cubes of like you're just taking chicken bouillon and just swallowing it?
They are side sweets of sugary goodness with cola flavoring, and they are fucking glorious.
If you're from America, which obviously Will is not, they're probably like the little soda bottles you get in like the random like candy thing that in your grandmother's house. They have like clear at the top but like soda on the bottom. It tastes like that.
Oh yeah, we have those as well.
Yeah, but that's exactly what it is. We don't have cola cubes in the United States. Once again, cultural exchanges of food over the pond. We have an entire episode devoted to what the definition of gravy. Oh, Houston, Texas, perfect.
By the way, did Kimmy finish those Smarties?
No, there's still a bunch of them.
Wow.
But then again, we've been doling them out like they are under lock and key. She would have destroyed them in 1 week. So they are under lock and key in Fort Knox. So I mean, but also Houston, Texas, you probably have some amazing food down there. Barbecue, obviously, is Texas well known for it.
Oh, barbecue ribs. Oh, lovely.
Oh, interesting question. We got good. Last meal. I'm not too fancy. Because I would have probably, if I'm going to eat something like people are really about, I want a good steak or something like that. Like, I just like maybe like a nice cooked fish. Just like
I mean, a nice big Yorkshire pudding with some sausages in it, with some mashed potato and some peas. Put the gravy in there as well. So,
See, the other thing is for me too is just like, hey, remember, not Yorkshire pudding is not actually what we think. It's not pudding. It's like a chicken pot pie. That's I have to once again James translating British into English.
Yeah, it's not like profiteroles or a trifle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, think of it like a Yorkshire pudding is like a chicken pot pie, but with like sausages and that kind of stuff layered in and more of a darker gravy.
If I find a Yorkshire pudding, would you bring it up onto the show screen for people before we head off?
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
Trust me, when I was over in England, I was a lot younger and I didn't understand what food was. And people kept offering me pie. And I'm like, why would I want to eat like meat in a pie? Now I'm like, I would be so fucking down for some fucking sausage pie. Like just like all the stuff they list. Curry pie. Like pie is not what we think it is. Yes, England's roads are different than ours in two major factors. Number one, they drive on the opposite side. So it is right-hand drive versus left-hand drive. And also not only brick roads, but a lot smaller roads as well, because the country was obviously settled and industrialized a lot quicker and along with us, which means a lot of their roads were set for carriage size, not car size, which is also why the infrastructure and everything has been built up over time, especially in large cities like London. It's very difficult to bring those roads out higher, and that's why there's a congestion problem and a tax on emission cars in the central of London.
There you go. I've sent you a link to pictures of Yorkshire puddings, and of course, like including the road I live on, was made by the Romans, so they're bloody straight.
The Romans did know how to make straight roads. All right.
Maybe
Bang.
I should tell the Pope to go fuck himself.
So yeah, Yorkshire pudding. So it's kind of like it's almost like a receptacle man. Well, me and Will have been doing this for a long period of time, so we've learned about each other's culture. By the way, this is probably like what Will was talking about right here. This is probably what you're right.
The closest to it.
Veg, a little bit of gravy with Yorkshire pudding with some meat. That looks like a good on meal. So, yeah.
We call them toad and hole. Which is like Yorkshire pudding with sausages baked in it. This is glorious.
I'm sure Fury could tell us a few Scottish delicacies. This Scotland?
Black pudding.
Black pudding.
Yeah. Black pudding had haggis, lawn sausage.
All right, he's still got the ad, so I'll bring it back up. Don't worry. I realize that there's a delay.
Yep. I mean, I've got 3 ads myself, so it's fine. But yeah, we just need to little pad a bit while adverts are playing, because of course adverts during our podcast are bastards. But yeah, so while we are waiting for the adverts to come back on, for the benefit of those who don't have ads, and for the benefit of those who are on the podcast, on the audio podcast, November 4th, I'm looking at 10 till 7, which is 9 hours, so I get an hour's break. Extra Life begins. Yeah, you see that right there. That photo right there, mate.
Found it. Found it. Nailed it. 10 out of 10.
That there. But yeah, Extra Life, November 4th. We're looking 9 hours. That's December 4th.
Hang on, I gotta look at something here.
But yeah, so I'll be playing games for trophies, and again, same sort of thing. 50 cents for every trophy. It'll be we're going to Extra Life from my own wallet. If I get a platinum, that will be $5, and if I get a trophy level, which you can see via PSN profiles, and we're doing $10. Oh yeah.
And so, Josh, just as an FYI, this Yorkshire pudding here, that you see, basically, if you just took this and bake a top over the top of it, that's a pie.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that for you right there. Also, yeah, well, my extra life won't be happening that weekend. It'll be happening a later weekend because I'm going to the Patriots game that weekend.
Fair enough. No worries, man. No worries.
Which makes it perfect to do extra light for you guys, because it's just me. There'll be no pod that weekend.
Yeah.
Or
I'll be doing it that short time, so then I can actually jump over to a friend who's also starting their extra live stream.
Perfect.
Let's see.
All right. Well, I have to go edit this now because I've already started a chain here. Everybody else is to go get something to eat. Hopefully you've all had fun. Everybody have amazing days. Josh, welcome back. God, really, it took you that long? I apologize with the ads. If you haven't seen it, this is the thing Will was talking about. That is a Yorkshire pudding. It looks absolutely amazing. There are pudding pans you can buy off of that. So, bang, that's wonderful. I'm gonna have to go to breading. What's the breading? It's kind of like a York. I think what would you say? It's kind of crispy on the outside, but like a little bit soft on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very soft on the inside of it. It's like
If
I'm
you,
trying to think what it's made of. Isn't it flour, egg, water, maybe a little bit of
it's
milk?
like a typical bread kind of dough.
Yeah.
And Josh, if you really want to do it, because you're also on Netflix, we know that. Watch the Great British Bake Off. They do probably in one of the series. They do a Yorkshire pudding. I can pretty bet you that they would. Also, it's a lovely show and is great to just have in the background. So there you go. All right, we're gonna wrap this up because food, drink. I gotta eat. Will has to eat. Talking about Yorkshire pudding has made me really, really, really want to go there. Yeah, if you like Gordon Ramsay, you'll love Great British Baking Show because it's got Paul Hollywood. So,
Bless you, little sunshine princess. You're a fucking idiot.
have a great afternoon, evening, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.